Do you know what I like to do on the Kentucky Derby weekend? I like to look at some baseball cards. Hey, in honor of the Kentucky Derby, I'm wearing my vintage Secretariat hat, the greatest athlete to ever live, Big Red. So I was watching my man OC's video. Many of you know him as Dylan, Double D, but I call him OC now. So I was watching OC's video. He was talking about being influenced versus being inspired. The card I'm going to show you now, I was inspired or probably influenced by my man Rick over at Vintage Oddball Cards, who really turned me on to this player. And I have a card here from a fabulous set, a scarce set, one of the greatest sets of all time. And that's the 1909 Ramley. These cards are fantastic. So this is a Ramley. Gold, ornate, and if you look on the back, they have kind of an ornate, embossed look to them. You can see the embossed of this ornate design. These cards are fantastic, not so easy to come by. One of the great vintage sets. Now, Mike Donlin, man, what a story. First off, he was one of the best hitters of the dead ball era. He had a lifetime batting average of 333, which ranks 28th all time. He had a 12-year career. He played he's mostly known for the New York Giants, playing for John McGraw. They won the pennant in 2004, and they won the World Series in 1905. Out of his 12 seasons, 5 times he was in a top 3 batting average. And those same 5 years, he was in the top 10 for on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and home runs. Now, he was very famous in his day because he was an actor. And he had a Broadway play with his wife, and it became a big hit. And he left baseball. He was very flamboyant. He liked to dress real nice. Got into some trouble with his team for his drinking. But his play was a big success for 3 years. And he would brag that he made way more money acting than playing baseball, so he left baseball. Then his play started to dry up after 3 years. Decided to go back to baseball for a short stint. And then he pursued acting again, this time on the big screen. He got to know and be friends with and drink with John Barrymore. And now John Barrymore was Drew Barrymore's grandfather. And he actually was in the very first Paramount movie that had sound. But a really good baseball player, very popular in his day, and an actor. But a beautiful card, and I wanted to share it with you. Thanks for hanging out with me.